So this is another example of photography being used to document change and over time, because it's 1 month after, so you know it's a time period, a month. But had the person who was injured done it in a daily time lapse, you'd have seen the bruises fading or getting more. It's probably a bit insensitive and controversial to say that being injured is art. I don't know. It could be. Could not be. It's just a documentation of it, really. Not to say that being hurt is right. Also, this shows change because there's snow, and at other times of year there might not be snow, so therefore that shows change. So if that was showed every day, this area of land, there wouldn't always be snow here. Sometimes there'd be, I don't know, grass and roads, people, flowers. Well, there's a bit of a problem in mentioning art history when mentioning, well, future pieces of any type, really, because if I say that, if I said that in the past someone did one photo to signify a change in time, or 2 photos, and today someone might do a daily project of like several thousand photos, then does that imply that the several thousand photos is better? Or does it say that because the last one was, the 2 photos in the past was art, that this must also be art? Or does it say that if you like one, then you must like the other? It's the problem with mentioning things from the past, is that you're implying that things from the future are similar. It's very cold out here. Also, if also, if things from the past, like if the pictures of the horse slightly separated, the pictures of the horse galloping, if they aren't art, then at least they're useful for showing how a horse moves, and that could be useful when someone wants to create an animation of a horse. They can see all the little pieces they would need to create, and it could be useful for other things, yeah. But if a daily project isn't art, then it doesn't really show movement. I don't know. Yeah, okay, well, art history. So if we look at this piece, here we go. This piece, see it on the cover? It says that the bowler-hatted man came to personify René Magritte and his relative anonymous. You know, being anonymous, yeah, that thing. Coolio. If you take away the thing in front of his face, right, then that's basically the same sort of facial position. You know, he's sort of looking forward and just sort of neutral, as in the daily photo things, they normally do that sort of thing, you know, just sort of normal looking. I mean, like, I suppose other artists have done this sort of thing before. You look normal, straightforward, I think. I was going to say that. They don't always, of course, yeah. It's just sort of, they always just sort of like normal faces most of the time, just sort of. Which I suppose does make them anonymous, because even though they've got nothing in front of their face, they could be any of the daily projectors, really. Yep. Some people like photography. I mean, I've got different cameras. I've got this one on its tripod, and I've got smaller ones, and of course I've got this one I'm holding. Yep. And I've got different tripods. I've got one over here, one over there. You know, some people like photography, and you could say that's a bit obsessive, and got different cameras, loads of photos, there's photos on the walls. But some people like football, and some people collect football cards. And I suppose, isn't that the same amount obsessive? I mean, if you collect objects about someone else, like football cards aren't about you, are they? They're about a footballer who's just a celebrity or something. Or if you read loads of magazines or something, or so forth, or collect toy cars or something, then that's not about you. Whereas, I don't know, I mean, collecting photos and cameras and stuff is collecting documentation. Could say collecting memories, or you could say photography is art. It doesn't have to be art though. Just, I mean, something being art doesn't make it valid. And something doesn't have to be valid to be art.